Hi, this video is a quick introduction to the World Trade Organization meeting and protests that happened in Seattle, Washington in 1999. Please pay attention so that you can get important background information about this social movement. The third ministerial conference of the World Trade Organization was held in Seattle from November 30th to December 3rd, 1999. This was a meeting of the organization, the World Trade Organization. This meeting brought together trade ministers and other officials from the World Trade Organization's 135 member countries. This meeting was an attempt, which actually proved unsuccessful, to agree on the issues and agenda for a new round of negotiations, which had a goal of further deregulating international trade policy, particularly in very controversial areas like agriculture, services, and intellectual property. Their idea of deregulation of international trade was so horrible to so many people, it brought tens of thousands of protesters to the city of Seattle's downtown streets. Just a quick background on what free trade means. Most governments around the world, leading multinational corporations, and virtually all of Washington State's political and business leaders supported free trade and the World Trade Organization, which was the organization that brought countries together to talk about free trade. This argued that free trade benefited society because it promoted economic growth. Currently, and back then, what most countries impose what is called a tariff on goods and services that are brought from another country or made in another country and brought into that country. So, for example, something made in country A and brought into country B, that does not have a tariff. But something made in country A and brought into country C, that has a tariff. This is another word for tax. This makes the goods that were made, for example, in country A more expensive to buy for people in country C. And therefore, the same product that would be made in country C would be cheaper. This would be good for the businesses that are based in country C that make the same product as a company that makes the product in country A. It would encourage people in country C to buy goods made in country C. Free trade takes away those tariffs. So you can see in this chart here that in between country A and country B, there are no tariffs. So if there's a company in country B that makes computers and a company in country A that makes computers, there's no tariff to bring that country A computer into country B. Therefore, actually, they will be the same price and competitive to each other in country B. And it takes away that price increase on things brought in from outside of a country. However, not everyone was happy with this, as you can see. International and local labor unions, environmental groups, and activists from many other causes completely condemned the World Trade Organization because in their belief system they were favoring corporate interests, so businesses and large businesses at that, over social and environmental concerns. Thus, there was a week of protests that became known as the Battle in Seattle. The protesters were frustrated at these free trade policies that were already in place, and the meeting of the World Trade Organization to create even more tariff-free, deregulated trade sparked in them a desire to protest. Take a look at these pictures to know who was protesting, what they were protesting, and where they are protesting.